Now, one of the important things about a quadratic function is that it will have a maximum value or a minimum value. And it's all based on the direction of the graph. For example, if the graph opens up, there is a very low point there, and that is a minimum value. If the graph opens down, at the vertex there, we have ourselves a maximum value. And each of these things can be determined very easily by looking at the quadratic coefficient, or a. If a is greater than 0, you've got yourself a maximum, or sorry, a minimum. If a is less than 0, you have yourself a max. So if that a value is positive, you have a min. If the a value is negative, you have a max. So just by looking at that part of the graph, you can tell. Now, what we care about in the min and the max isn't necessarily the x-coordinate, though we use that to find the y-coordinate. So whatever the function is there, whatever its y-coordinate is, that is the min or max. And this x-coordinate that we're using, that's the x-coordinate of the vertex. All right, let's apply this in a problem here. Maximum or minimum values. Now, consider f of x equals blah, a bunch of junk here. Determine whether the function have a maximum or minimum. All I have to do is look at that number being multiplied by the x squared. Negative 14 is less than 0, which means it opens down, right? It's going to look like this, so it has a maximum. Now, most of the times, this isn't actually the question that they're asking to do. It might be a couple times. But really, you have to start here to go, oh, it's going to be a maximum. Now I know what in reference I'm going to be doing. So now we're going to state the maximum or minimum. This is where the calculation comes in. Most of the time, you'll just be kind of asked this question, state the maximum or minimum value of the function. So you have to do that first part in your head, ready to go. One thing you can do is like, oh, I've discovered it's a max. I'm going to get that ready to go for my solution there. Now let's calculate it out. Well, if I've got f of x equals negative 4x squared plus 12x plus 18, I almost don't even care about the plus 18, but I'm going to take negative b, so it's negative 12, over 2 times a. So that is negative 12 over negative 8, or positive 1.5. So now I'm going to, in my function, find the value of f of 1.5. And this is definitely calculator stuff, right? So negative 4 times 1.5 squared plus 12 times 1.5 plus 18. Now I care about that c value, and I get 27. So I have a maximum of 27. And that's it. All I did was plug in that x value into my function. We've talked about that enough. I don't know if I need to write that down every time, but you do kind of have to be careful with the typing it in your calculator. Like in my calculator, I would write negative 4 parentheses 1.5, hit that squared button, and then that's how I'm going to calculate it out. But yeah, that's all you need to do to find the maximum.